courageously facing the unknown.
Oh, lady, get out of the train.
In the direction the train was coming, you can't see the train until it's right there at you. The thought of not being able to get out of the car, I thought she would die.
She's whispering to me. I believe she says that the subjects are in her room. Please hurry.
It's a very treacherous and a very demanding climb.
About anything that a hiker can get in trouble with is there.
Just really mercy service.
In a crisis, sometimes the only thing that can sustain our hope is a caring voice and blind trust. We begin on April 7th, 1992, in North Andover, Massachusetts, where 22-year-old Kimberly Taylor was staying by herself at her parents' house while they were out of town on vacation.
Janie? 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 Come here, Janie. Janie. Here you are. Scared me.
North Andover Police Emergency Line.
Yeah, somebody's trying to break into my house.
What's the address?
That's the road there. Around the side of the house, I can hear someone trying to open the window, trying to break open the window.
All right, stay on line with me, okay?
Yeah.
Control to 308.
Hurry up, they just get in.
In the time that it took me to dispatch that first cruiser, the subjects had gotten into the house.
Road, B&E in progress.
North Andover Police Dispatcher John Burke was handling the call.
This was the first call that I had received where there was an actual life and death situation.
Oh, God, they're in. Hold on, I gotta jam my door.
I'll give it to Dave. What's your name, ma'am?
She went to jam her door. She said they're in.
All right.
9X telephone operator Marcia Bunnell was also listening in.
We're trained in that situation to be as quiet as possible, but I felt if it was me in that position, having the two people on the line would be good. I didn't dare to let it go.
Control to all available cars. Subjects are in the house. Ma'am, are you still online?
Yeah.
Okay. Which side of the house did they enter, ma'am?
The right side of the house.
If you're looking at the house, they entered on the right. Are you in a bedroom, ma'am?
Yeah.
Did you close your door?
Yeah, but it doesn't lock. Please hurry.
Do you hear anything, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, we have several cruisers en route, okay? Don't say anything else, okay? If you want us to be quiet, you can be quiet, okay? But I'm going to stay on the line with you, okay?
I didn't know who was breaking into the house, or how many, or why, but I knew that there wasn't too much that was between her and the suspects at that point.
You were upstairs, ma'am. Okay, where is your bedroom upstairs? Are you still there, ma'am?
When we continue, had there been a number in the house that the officers could find easily, it would have saved precious seconds.
The subjects are in her room upstairs.
Say goodbye to chunky New England clam chowder and say hello to an even chunkier chunky New England clam chowder. with more big chunks of clam and even more hearty potatoes, so it's more satisfying. After all, chunky's good, but chunkier's better.
We flooded this jump to introduce Goodyear's new Wrangler AquaTread for light trucks and sport utilities. 2 aqua channels sweep water away for outstanding wet traction. The 50,000-mile Wrangler AquaTread, only from Goodyear.
Dear Tylenol, thank you for inventing a medicine that doesn't taste like one.
Matthew no longer cries, screams, and hides when it's time to take it.
Nothing compares to your new bubblegum flavor.
Moms tell us relieving fevers has never been easier, thanks to Children's Tylenol Bubblegum Suspension. Its unique formula coats the medicine with a richer, thicker taste, so it's easier for kids to take, and it's easier on their parents, too. Children's Tylenol Suspension, the first choice of pediatricians.
For years, AT&T's television commercials convinced my mom, my sister, and me not to join MCI savings programs.
Then we heard about MCI's new friends and family, and we decided to try it. So we joined together.
Now, when we spend just $10 a month, we save 50% on all the calls we make to each other.
That's half of what we used to pay on AT&T's basic rate for the same calls.
And now we realize that all the time AT&T was telling us not to join MCI, they were charging us America's highest long-distance rate.
America, you've been going crazy with your cream of wheat. You started adding berries, and it tasted so great, you went bananas. You've really been trying it all. So now we're giving you a whole new way to stir up the fun. Apple Granola Crunch Mix-Ins. Wow. With separate packets of granola, so you can mix in a delicious crunch.
Cream of wheat Mix-Ins.
It's already causing quite a stir.
Big city criminals beware. This Mountie got some breakthrough techniques.
I thought I'd let him shoot me, Ray.
Oh, as long as you got a plan.
An all-new Deuced Out, Thursday.
A father returns to the children he abandoned.
I'm taking them to San Francisco.
And forces a bitter custody battle.
You're not taking them away.
I'm their real father. You're not their mother.
That will change a family forever.
We want to stay with Ron and Sully.
The children are to be delivered to Mr. Cooper.
A powerful movie event.
I know you're hiding them.
A mother's battle Saturday.
Kelsey Grammer and Mary Chapin Carpenter tonight on an all-new Day.
After burglars broke into the house where 22-year-old Kimberly Taylor was staying alone, operator Marcia Bonnell and dispatcher John Burke became extremely concerned when Kimberly's voice suddenly went silent.
I was terrified for her. I wished I could get out of my seat and go help her.
As far as I can hear activity in the house. Name is Taylor. Ma'am, are you able to speak? Can you just tell me the color of your house, if you can say it without them hearing you? DJ, she cannot speak to me, but she had told me 7 steps.
One of the problems we had was there was cluster mailboxing across the street from the house, and in this case, the name on the house read differently than the name of the caller. This made it more difficult for the officers when they arrived at the scene to be sure that they were at the proper address.
Caller is upstairs. She's whispering to me. I believe she says they're either in the house or in the room. I can't understand what she's saying.
They're in her room.
Cars, the subjects are in her room upstairs.
The police are here. Yes, they're there. Oh, God.
Within 5 minutes of the call, police units arrived, including Officer James Arico and Sergeant T.J. McAvoy.
By our portable radios. The dispatcher told us that he heard them in the bedroom with her.
Had there been a number on the house that the officers could find easily, it would have saved precious seconds. Get the stuff all over the floor that's been in here.
Got a room to the left, Zeke.
Clear.
We didn't know how many suspects there were. We didn't know if they were armed. If we are hurt, shot, killed, we're not going to help her.
Broken window. I got a broken window. We had surrounded the house so nobody could get out, but I was concerned that she would be held hostage by these people.
Stairs are clear. The blood on the floor over here, man. Guys, there's blood on the floor over here. When we saw the blood in the narrow stairway, I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. We knew they weren't on the first floor. We knew she was on the second floor.
Can you hear them in your room, ma'am?
I'm in the left. I'm in the room upstairs.
To the left? You said upstairs to the left, correct?
Yeah.
Not the end of a police. Come out. Not the end of a police.
Is there an officer upstairs with you, ma'am?
Can I hang up now?
Okay, ma'am, as long as there's an officer there, you can hang up, okay? Okay, hang up then, okay?
Not the end of a police. Geez, you all right?
When she finally popped her head out, it startled me. I didn't think anybody was in the room.
Say it, Jude. It's all right.
I asked her if she's all right. She said they never even knew she was there. So I knew that one of those persons who broke into the house had to be cut or bleeding.
Is anyone in the garage?
Officer Foles heard some noise in the garage. We had no officers in there. We all seemed to converge at once. I could hear Officer Edson yelling at a subject.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
DJ, I got him. Put your gun away.
Get out! Put me on your back now!
Here's the other one. Here's the other one.
We found a second subject underneath another motor vehicle.
I got him. Put your gun away. Get him out of there. Get him out of there now.
Both subjects were very scared. They were petrified.
Put your hands behind your back.
They knew they were in big-time trouble. We found out that these two people knew of this house through a third party who had told them that the people living there would be on vacation in Florida and it would be an easy score for them.
We later found out that someone that I knew very well, that I considered a very close friend, was involved in setting up the burglary.
Be careful who you talk to when you're going away. And if you're going to tell anybody, you should be telling your neighbors.
One of the suspects was convicted of burglary and sentenced to prison. The other was committed to the Department of Youth Services. In the 2.5 years since the incident, Kimberly's close friend, Don Sullivan, has helped her cope.
What happened to her is unbelievable. I mean, most people would have panicked. And she's just been through a lot from this, you know, and I respect that a lot.
Did you have fun? I always thought of myself as very independent and very self-sufficient, and I lost a lot of that. I felt very vulnerable.
So look at it.
John Birch was the dispatcher, and I guess this was like his first real emergency call, and he was so good. He kept me from having a nervous breakdown.
You hold his leash up like that, and you'll heal yourself.
The police were great. They all went above and beyond the call of duty. I have a whole new look on them. I have a lot of respect for them. I really do.
Next.
It's a very treacherous and a very demanding climb. About anything that a hiker can get in trouble with is there.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Gotta get some rest. Tomorrow I'm pitching the coup computer account.
Me too. We're competitors.
Sorry, pal. I hear we've got the inside track.
Well, get that rest.
I will.
His stuff will do nothing for his cough.
Vicks NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine.
Target may not be the first place you think of when you think of romance. But this Valentine's Day, it's the only place you'll find this incredible collection of romantic themes by Yanni. A gift idea so original, so passionate. It's enough to bring romance into anyone's life. Target. Expect more, pay less.
New Palmolive antibacterial is like nothing else. It gets germs off hands and grease off dishes.
And we really love that antibacterial color.
A lot. New Palmolive antibacterial, the anti-germ Palmolive.
Went out to buy a car. Dad said good luck. Saw my new Ford Ranger and said, son, that's a truck. My girlfriend loves the new inside. Now all she wants to do is ride. Mom sees the airbag and takes heart. Finally her boy's getting smart. My best friend pops the hood. Look for horsepower. That's good. Well, my boss says it takes the cake. A truck with anti-lock brakes. So yeah, my Ford Ranger's really hot stuff. Now Dad asks, can I borrow the truck?
Larry's afraid of anything new. But Burger King's got this new bacon cheddar double cheeseburger. 2 burgers with melted cheddar, sizzling bacon, fries, and a drink, all for $2.99. So he tries it. The next day, he's got his hair parted on the other side.
Burger King, get your burger's worth.
Wednesday, would Suzanne Sugarbaker take a bribe?
My philosophy is, what's the point of being in Congress if you can't even get a few free tickets to a football game?
Then a romantic weekend for 2. No telephones, no kids, no friends dropping in. No way! All new Hearts of Fire. Do these people ever go home? Hearts of Fire, Women of the House, Wednesday.
Hallmark Hall of Fame presents the story of a brother and sister whose ancestors were sold for a piano.
I need this piano to get me some money.
You ain't taking that piano out of my house. Mama Ola polished this piano with her tears.
A family's legacy becomes their remarkable future. The Piano Lesson, Sunday.
So you're saying that smoking herb will affect my memory? That's whack. Because I've been getting high since...
On February 28, 1994, volunteers with the Palm Springs Mounted Police, headed by Rescue Coordinator Chris Maxwell, were called in to search a rugged desert canyon in southeastern California. 3 boys reported missing had been seen there the day before, but no one was sure they were still there.
Their sisters already hiked out. Apparently they went up there to play hooky. They were going to go home when school was out. I've interviewed their parents. The local police department wasn't very concerned because these juveniles had frequently played hooky. But we decided to take a cursory search in the lower canyon. It's a no trespassing area, but people continually walk by those signs. It's a very inviting spot with waterfall and running water. We have a lot of accidents in there, but they're mostly alcohol related.
All right, well, we'll start on up.
The upper canyon is more of a danger.
Reserve Officer John Hathaway was among the volunteers on the search team.
We got to the end of the lower trail, and the consensus was that these kids were probably back at one of the local eateries laughing at all the trouble they had caused.
We just go up to the top and make sure.
But I felt that since we had come this far, we should at least go check the upper trail.
So I suppose you want me to go with you? That'd be good exercise.
John's sort of a fitness nut. It's a very treacherous and a very demanding climb. So 2 of the team members decided to go back. The area is made up of a lot of decomposed granite, which can come apart when you step on it. About anything that a hiker can get in trouble with is there. Once you get up there, you're on a real narrow trail. It's about 400 feet above the valley floor.
As kind of a lark, I just yelled out, "Hello." To my astonishment, there was a return reply of, "Help me."
Hello! Keep yelling so we can find you!
Once you're in the canyon, there really is no way out.
Where are you? I can't see you!
Whoever it was over the side, they were not going to get out on their own.
Step away from the rock!
We thought we had found the 3 boys.
What's your name? Jennifer!
This was a little bit of shock to both Chris and I because there had been no report of a missing female hiker.
Are you alone?
No, I'm with Jennifer.
She said, "I'm hiking with Jennifer." And this was a little confusing since she just said her name was Jennifer.
Where's she at?
She's not breathing. I think she's dead.
We figured that we had a rescue and then a body recovery.
She was a couple hundred feet below us, and it was a very sheer grade.
We didn't have ropes with us at the time.
Maxwell Base, do you copy? Thanks, go ahead. We have located 2 victims. One's alive and one body recovery. 10-4. Working on the helicopter right now. I'll get the teams together and we'll send them your way.
Hurry, I'm here.
She was scared. Since she'd been there alone for some time, I started to hike to the end of the canyon to see if I could get down to Jennifer before darkness.
Hello?
I heard a voice.
Jennifer?
I immediately knew it was Jennifer number 2, and I was just blown away that she was alive.
How you doing?
She was shivering. I could tell by the blood on the rock that she had a gash on the back of her head.
I can't feel my legs.
I knew that she definitely had some spinal injuries. It was very important we got her out forthwith.
We need to get this going. It's getting dark quick and she will not last the night. Helicopter is 15 minutes out. We'll be in the air shortly.
Yeah, she's doing good.
While we waited for the ship to arrive, she told me that they'd both fallen.
Fell.
Her friend, Jennifer, had gone for help.
We'll get you out.
She'd had no food or water for about 24 hours.
Like to flying helicopters? Do you? Okay, you're gonna get your first ride. Free of charge.
She was such a beautiful little girl, just laying there, so vulnerable.
Safe, we'll take good care of you.
I can just imagine the terror that must have gone through her, unable to move all night long in the dark with coyotes and animals. She had to be terrified.
You'll be all right, Jen. You'll be all right. Kenny's here. He'll take good care of you.
When Nurse Ken Piner reached the scene, he took over her care.
Kenny, this is a brave little Jennifer. I guess she's doing great.
My greatest concern was getting her out without adding additional injury to her. I could see where she had fallen from. It was about 150 feet up.
They told no one they were going to go hiking there, so no one had reported a missing.
It was fortunate that we'd gotten called for something totally different. If we had not found her when we did, I fully believe that she would have died before morning.
I had gone through my mind for the last 2 hours of what needed to be done to get Jennifer, 1, out.
Helicopters cannot fly inside the canyon after dark. So I rappelled down.
The darkness just intensifies the amount of danger. We just have to be that much more careful.
How you doing?
The first thing I had to tell her that her friend was okay.
Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh, no, that's all.
She was crying. She was so happy.
Come on, everything's been great.
She did not want to wait till morning to bring her out, so we hooked up a haul system so we could pull Jennifer up to our location.
Okay, watch yourself now.
I went ahead and put a cervical collar on her for safety, and I tied her about 6 feet above me on the rope.
Ready to haul. Haul.
Put yourself on the rock. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Walk the rock now, come on. All right.
The first victim, 22-year-old Jennifer Mays, had been taken to Desert Hospital, where she was examined by trauma surgeon Oscar Pazalchu.
She had the signs of environmental exposure and couldn't feel a pinprick from the belly button down. You can see in the CAT scan here, the x-rays were fairly dramatic. We could see a bony fragment completely displaced into the spinal canal, and this will act as a projectile and will sever the spinal cord at that level. There was no doubt in my mind that the damage was permanent. Dr. Manning, I'm Dr. Passam.
Her mother, Lupe Vera, was not prepared for the news.
She has a very bad spine.
I care for her so much. I love her so much that my feelings were disbelief and just numb.
Haul.
Did you work down here?
We talked about everything else except what we were doing.
Stuck. Keep pulling. It's stuck. Rope pull. Lock it. Lock it. Reset it. Reset.
If that rope would have snapped, we both would have gone down to our deaths.
Pull. Ready. Whoa, she's right here. She's right here.
Whoa.
It took another hour and a half to 2 hours to get her from the bottom of the canyon to the landing zone where the helicopter could put one skid on a rock and pick her up. It was the hardest rescue I ever did.
It was just by chance that we came upon. These girls had someone sitting on their shoulder, watching out for them.
Although 23-year-old Jennifer Staten fractured 2 vertebrae, she has recovered. Her best friend, Jennifer Mays, was hospitalized for 4 months, undergoing rehabilitation to learn to live with the paralysis she suffered when she fell.
When I took her up there, was to show her there's actually green and water, and, you know, it's really pretty up there.
You've done this before, right? Yeah. When I was a kid.
We were joking and laughing around, and I decided that I was gonna try and climb down to see the waterfall up close.
That's amazing. Oh my God! Jennifer!
I started to climb down to see if she was, you know, okay. I was not able to move, and that was kind of scary, you know, have no power over your body to just get up and go.
Okay, let's see what we have. It's not too bad, Jennifer.
The physicians, the professionals there at the hospital were very overwhelmed of Jennifer's immediate acceptance to it all. You know, her attitude was, I'm paralyzed, now I got to get on with it.
Oh, wait.
Within 6 months, she was just amazingly maneuvering her wheelchair. I've learned a lot with her being around. That life is what you can do with it, you know, and what you want to do with it.
Well, you know what? When I went to Vegas, she's still the same person that she was before. She's the one that's still cracking the jokes, having a good time. She's the one that's keeping everybody up when they're down.
Let's get around this way.
I have a lot of guilt because she is more hurt than me, and it's really hard to deal with. But she's in my heart, just like, the best of friends that I have, and I hope that it stays that way.
Can he help me?
Yes. My children are the ones that motivated me. I know that I had to get on no matter what. Feeling sorry, I don't have time for that. Just to be able to see them each day. That's the biggest thing.
That must be quite interesting. So
That's really...
The major lesson I hope people learn is that when they go somewhere, to let someone know where they're hiking and let them know about when they think they're going to be back.
And I also hope that they learn that sometimes those no trespassing signs are there for a reason. They're not there just to keep you out. They're there also to keep you from getting into trouble like the Jennifers did.
Are you working yet, or?
With the falls they took and the area they took, it really amazes me that they are alive today. I told both girls that we were tied together for life, and I do expect big things from them.
But my legs were up in the air, and it's so... They're putting themselves in danger to do what they have to do, and without them, I probably wouldn't be here. We got pretty close there, so I just tell them, you got me out of there, you got to deal with me for the rest of your life.
Next.
Come on, lady, get out of there.
In the direction the train was coming, you can't see the train until it's right there at you. The thought of not being able to get out of the car, I thought she would die.
This cream cheese dip will win first prize with my secret ingredient. Paste piquante sauce ain't no secret. I use paste in the queso dip. Just add the paste to Velveeta cheese spread and microwave. Shoot, paste piquante sauce will liven up any dip. I got a secret ingredient. That stuff made in New York City. New York City!
Pick up your party dips. Pick up the pace.
That's one secret you ought to keep the lid on.
On my really pounding headaches, Tylenol didn't always get rid of all the pain. I found that 2 Advil worked better than 2 Tylenol gel caps. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Ricola, natural herb cough drops. A pleasant-tasting blend of organically grown herbs and other natural ingredients from Switzerland.
Rescue 911 will continue.
Thursday, Eye to Eye. Has a major drug company sold you a contaminated drug?
How could they do that to us? I could have lost my child.
Are you and your family at risk? Eye to Eye, Thursday.
And then, Striking It Rich. 48 Hours shows you how people turn ideas into dollars.
I like being rich better than being poor.
48 Hours, Thursday.
Chuck Norris is taking you for the ride of your life. And speed is the name of the game. It's non-stop action. Hold on! An unstoppable Walker Saturday. This is CBS.
Yes? I'm new in the building, and I was wondering if I could borrow 3 lucky numbers.
Sure. Come on in. Pick 3. Match 3 numbers for a top prize of $500.
Pick 3 from the Louisiana Lottery. Play every day, get lucky every night.
So I'll see you later?
Of course.
Sorry.
I got my first bike when I was 10 years old. Man, I used to get on that bike and ride. So it seemed natural that I open up my own bike shop. Bikes today are a little more complicated. They're all composites. Titanium, aluminum. Hey, Ben, you got that number 2 spoke key? I know all there is to know about frame geometry, but what I don't know about is banking. Bob showed me ways to retire I never even thought about. I got to start thinking about it. I mean, I'm 34. I guess I was just planning on riding off into the sunset.
New numbers every Saturday night at 9:59 on TV 10, your official lotto station.
In Waxhaw, North Carolina, on the night of September 8th, 1994, Jan Emore found out that some police officers are willing to make the ultimate sacrifice even in situations beyond the line of duty. Jan Emore was on her way home from work with her 3-year-old son, Vance. Approaching the railroad crossing from the opposite side were Jeanette Smith and her daughter.
We saw that the car was stopped on the train track. Why is she doing on the track?
The car stopped.
She's just sitting there. And then finally she gets out and goes to the officer who was parked behind her. And at that time we realized it was Lance. He helped with our wedding in 1992.
What do you think happened to it?
I don't know, it just started squirting and then it stalled.
Oh my God.
In the direction the train was coming that night, you can't see the train until it's right there at you. And then she goes and gets back in the car, and I couldn't understand. It was like, Lance, don't mess with the car. Just get this woman out of this car.
Come on, lady, get out of there. There's a train coming. Oh, my God. Come on, get him out.
And my daughter said she's getting a baby out of the car.
She's messing with the car seat. She's trying to get it open.
The thought of a child being in a car and not being able to get out of the car, I thought she would die.
The train's gonna smash you. No, it isn't.
When the train went by, I didn't know whether they were alive or dead. You're just praying until the train's gone by.
Oh, dear God, did they get out of the way?
When the train cleared it and we saw Lance standing there with this lady and this little boy, it was a miracle. I mean, that's all you could say was, my daughter says, Mom, I've never saw a miracle. I just saw one now.
I could not get the car seat undone. When I finally got it to release, I just got to the doorway of the car before the train was rushing by the front of the car. And I did not understand why it didn't hit the car. I was kind of shrouding Vance to protect him from the impact of the train hitting the car. But the impact just never came.
Yeah.
I remember thinking to myself, you know, they're fixing to die. And I reached back down and grabbed the front of the car and I picked up with everything I had. And I remember yelling, screaming, you know, come on. And I felt the front of the car come up off the ground. So I just pushed as hard as I could. At the point where I dropped the car, I felt the train brushing against my clothing as it went by. So it was close. And just kept repeating, that was just too close. That was close. And the little boy sort of reached up and pushed us apart and looked up at me and he said, you're my policeman. And we hugged him, and I think both of us started to cry at that point.
It's been 2 months since the incident.
Every day when we get up, I know that I may not have had him, you know, here with me today. And I may not have been here to be with him and his father. You know, so I got like this extension on life that's really neat.
Yeah, run real fast.
It's made me slow down, and if it means doing the wash or sitting in the floor playing trucks, we sit in the floor and play trucks. Get somebody else to do the wash, or I'll do it later, or we'll buy more clothes. I'm playing trucks.
Waxhaw police officer Lance Land and the Emore family have become friends.
Lance saved Vance's life and my life. There's nothing in any kind of police code that says you have to get on a train track with a speeding train coming. You know, he's a hero. Definitely.
There's a feeling that you get when you realize that ordinary people have the power to change the course of someone else's life if they just take the initiative to do it.
The situation that I was in doesn't stop me from understanding the importance of keeping my child in a car seat. You just need to really educate yourself and be very choosy about the car seat that you pick, so that you're not only looking at it for impact resistance, but also to get the children out quickly. I just never looked at mine in that light before.
All right. I'm proud of Lance for what he done. I'm proud of the fact that he did it and lived to tell about it, because I have my doubts, but I'm very proud of him.
I always wanted to be able to instill in my son that police officers were cool, but Vance thinks Lance is just the coolest. You know, maybe second to his daddy, but the coolest.
Next.
We all went out on the dance floor and started dancing. And she was like, "Yum." She started running. I could tell something was wrong with her, but I didn't know what. I can't swallow, I can't breathe.
We flooded this jump to introduce Goodyear's new Wrangler AquaTread for light trucks and sport utilities. 2 aqua channels sweep water away for outstanding wet traction. The 50,000-mile Wrangler AquaTread, only from Goodyear.
Dear Dave, I built this tricked-out El Camino myself. It cost a lot, so I'm glad Wendy's has a super value menu. My favorite meal is a junior bacon cheeseburger, biggie fries, and a biggie drink. At just 99 cents each, I have money left for the car. Thanks.
You ought to get one like that.
Hello?
Gilly, it's time to get up.
It's Goofy! Come on, let's go! Jasmine, hi! I saw your movie 3 times!
Well, I guess I've seen just about everybody.
I've been waiting my whole life to meet you.
Call 1-407-WDisney and make the dream come true.
What happens when a car offers the comfort of a luxury car and the performance of a sports car? What happens when the same car can outmaneuver expensive European sedans while getting the gas mileage of a 4-cylinder compact? This is what happens. Presenting Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year, the Maxima from Nissan.
It's coming. The misery of a cold. And now the power to fight it. All the power of Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine is taking shape. In new Alka-Seltzer Plus liquid gels. Rushing concentrated medicines to soothe your aches, relieve your runny nose, free your breathing. Rush relief with new Alka-Seltzer Plus liquid gels.
Next. Now, why should we let you in?
Well, I spent my life avoiding sin.
Including gluttony. Roll the film, Gabe.
Here you are, consuming an entire bag of movie theater buttered popcorn.
No, wait. That's light popcorn.
New movie theater butter light from Orville Redenbacher. A big buttery taste.
And it has no more fat than other lights.
Our mistake. Proceed.
New Redenbutter's light. It only tastes sinful.
Nobody's perfect.
Wrong answer.
Based on the true story. The worst serial arsonist in U.S. history.
Now, he's going after people.
Only one man can stop him, but can he turn in his own son?
He's betrayed us. We have to do it.
Neil Patrick Harris, Gerald McCraney, Not Our Son, next.
Meet Maggie's mom and her dead husband.
I'm just like my mother.
Are men dying from the O'Connell curse?
They either flee or we kill them.
All new Northern Exposure Wednesday.
On April 23, 1994, in Memphis, Tennessee, Paula Malone and her husband were doing all they could to make sure their 17-year-old daughter, Amanda, would have a memorable and safe junior prom. But there was one danger they never even thought to worry about.
Come on, let's see. Makeup okay?
Well, that day was just a day of dress up altogether. Went to the beauty salon. I got the nails done. Went and had a makeover. All the typical girl things.
You look great.
Amanda's younger sister, Vicky, went to the same high school.
Before prom, and she said, I want to go, but I don't have a date. And then one day, she came home and she said, I'm going to ask Nick. You know, he's really nice. He's not like all the other guys. Usually the guy asked the girl, but he was too young to go to the prom, so she had to ask.
16-year-old Nick King came to pick Amanda up around 7 p.m.
I knew absolutely nothing about Nick, which is real unusual. We're old-fashioned, strict parents. We usually want to know everything on the front end.
Hey.
Hey.
She looked good that night. She had her dress on, and she was ready to go.
You know how it is.
Anytime that Amanda goes out on a date, Kenny always talks to the date first. He tells them there'll be no drinking, no drugs, watch how you drive, treat her like a lady, and if you touch her, I'll kill you.
Love you too. Love y'all too. Bye-bye.
She was not my daughter at that moment. She was a young lady that I hadn't seen before. She looked grown up.
At the prom, Amanda met up with her best friend, Crystal Burrows.
We decided to get our pictures taken first. It was our first prom. The theme was anything for love. We all went out on the dance floor and started dancing. And it was just the girls. Because our boyfriends don't like to dance.
I'm not a good dancer, but we got a couple of slow dances in. And we were waiting all afternoon to hear the song by Tim McGraw, Don't Take the Girl.
Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing when he was 8 years old.
All right, Bolton High School, show me what you got one time on your 1994 prom.
Get it from there. Erin Umfress was also dancing with Amanda and Crystal.
Amanda turned to me and she was like, y'all, I'm thirsty. As soon as she said that, she turns back around and she's like, I need a drink now. And so she starts running. Come with me. Yo, I swear I can't breathe. We didn't think anything of it. Amanda's always thirsty. But she was trying to drink it out of her hands, and she couldn't swallow it. She kept telling me she couldn't breathe. I was just confused. I could tell something was wrong with her, but I didn't know what.
Erin went to the chaperone's table and told substitute teacher Patricia Westbrook what was happening.
Amanda was sitting against the wall in a chair, and she was shaking. She was having trouble breathing. She kept needing to throw up, but she couldn't. So that's when I started asking her, have you had anything to drink? Did you use anything as far as drugs? And when she assured us that she had not, I thought she had just gotten overheated.
Amanda, here's Nick. What's wrong?
Can't breathe.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
She could barely breathe. She's like gasping for air. Her face started getting blue, and she started breaking out with whelps. And the principal said we should take her home. I told him no, I was going to go ahead and take her to the hospital because I thought she was real sick.
Her head was kind of bobbing. She was purple, hives, chill bumps, and she was real limp. And I was real confused, and I just couldn't understand why. I didn't know what was wrong with her.
My heart was beating fast, but I knew I had to stay calm. Talk to me. Stay awake. We'll be there in a minute. You there? And she was gasping for air. I've had asthma before, and I know what it's like not to breathe.
We're almost there.
I just knew it was serious.
Be there in a minute. Stay away.
It was chilly outside, and so I had the windows down, trying to keep her awake because she wanted to go to sleep. And I wouldn't let her all the way there.
Don't sleep on me.
I was afraid if she went to sleep, she wouldn't wake up.
Nick called Amanda's parents on the car phone and told them to come to the hospital.
I was petrified. I didn't know what I'd find when I got there. I was afraid of what I would find when I got there. I didn't know if she was still alive.
Oh, God.
They opened her car door and she fell out. She was just lifeless at that point. She could not hold her head up.
What's going on?
And her hands. She was so cold.
Okay, come on, honey.
Amanda, you okay, darling?
What's going on?
Andy.
Come on,
You
get back.
okay?
I was hoping she'd be all right. Just like saying, don't take the girl, because I didn't know what was going to happen to her.
Can you hear me?
At Baptist Memorial Hospital East, Amanda was put under the care of emergency physician Thomas Farah.
Real deep.
Amanda was exhibiting all the signs and symptoms of a severe allergic reaction.
Let's give her 0.3 of epi sub-Q. Are you mom and dad?
Yes. And they immediately gave her the shot, and then they asked us to leave the room, which was probably the most disturbing thing to us that night. I understand the reason for that, but I didn't want to leave her. She still wasn't out of danger, and I knew she was still having some difficulty, and I did not want to leave her.
Oh, there's kids. Hey, girls.
The first thing that was running through all our minds was, is she gonna die?
I don't know. We don't know.
I was going, I had my mind, and we just were scared. And we talked about how happy Amanda had been.
How was she on the way to the hospital?
And how Amanda just had to be okay.
Go ahead. Keep breathing, Amanda.
How are you doing, hon?
It was very fortunate that her boyfriend brought her to the emergency department when he did. Without medical treatment, a severe allergic reaction can be fatal.
Amanda, here's your parents. Hey, darling. You okay?
They told us we could come back to see her, and
Feel any better?
she talked very little. She was just
Able to breathe a little
like
better
she was
now?
just worn out.
Had me scared, dear. You okay? Look here, my mama said.
need there?
When she told me that she was able to breathe, and I could see that she was doing better, it felt like someone took 10 tons of brick off of me.
It scares me to think of what would happen to me. It scares me real bad. Thank God that Nick knew what to do.
Hi.
Hey.
Can I come in?
Yeah. And the next day, I was sitting in the hospital bed, and Nick goes, you know that song I played for you last night? He goes, well, I want you to listen to it. And he brought me the tape recorder with the song on it, and he put it at this certain spot. It was about a little girl and a little boy, and they grew up together. Then later on down the road, she gets real sick, and he got down on his knees and he prayed to God, just don't let her die. It just made me cry because it made me realize how much he cared for me. And, he means a lot to me. It just meant a lot to me.
Go for it. I got it. Get it, Dick.
We're real close. Her family and I are like family.
I got it. Whoa! Yes. All right.
He didn't like the idea that he was all of a sudden being made a hero, but by making such a spontaneous decision, he saved her life.
3 and 4.
Tests subsequently confirmed that Amanda had suffered a severe allergic reaction to shrimp she ate at dinner before the prom. She now carries epinephrine in case of another reaction.
We joke about it now. We tease her every now and then. We tell her if she didn't behave herself, we'll take her out to eat shrimp.
and she laughs. But I think it kind of made us all realize how valuable our lives were. And it just brought us closer together and made us stronger, more mature people.
Our relationship in the future could depend on a lot of things. College, maybe marriage, who knows? Instead of just being boyfriend and girlfriend. Amanda and I are now best friends, which is better. I mean, we both like it better that way.
I can't even think of life without him right now. We'll always be friends if we're not companions, because I always feel like that no matter how distant we are, that I'll be able to call him for anything I need.
Eggo Nutrigrain waffles have been deliciously improved, and you're about to try them on an imaginary taste test. Relax, forget they're nutritious, because now Eggo Nutrigrain has a thick, rich batter made with whole wheat. Close your eyes. Wait, don't close your eyes, but imagine the toasty aroma. Take one crisp, imaginary bite. See, with this new taste, you'll never want to let go. Now, wipe your mouth. You got imaginary syrup all over it. Eggo Nutrigrain, a delectable new taste. Imagine that.
Today's woman wants to keep things simple. That's why Advance Home Pregnancy Test introduces One Easy Step Advance. One Easy Step is all it takes to get lab-reliable results. New Advance, one simple step to lab-reliable results.
Morning, guys. Just when you think your diarrhea medicine is working, it can let you down. But you can count on Imodium AD to stop diarrhea, often in just one dose.
We should have stopped for Imodium AD.
One dose relief you can count on.
How to beat the IRS.
You're not getting another dime from me.
Or maybe not.
You'll never take Johnny Barona. You know, maybe I should have went to the bathroom first.
Then,
we're with the INS.
Is everyone here legal?
It just happens that I was born in Italy.
You're an illegal alien? I've been having sex with someone who probably hadn't had all the shots.
All new Love and War right after Double Rush Wednesday.
It's important to have the knowledge and skills needed to keep loved ones safe. Contact the American Red Cross or the American Heart Association for first aid and CPR courses available in your area. This series is dedicated to all the men, women, and children who know what to do in life or death situations. I'm William Shatner. Join us again next week for more true stories on Rescue 911.
Hello, Acadiana. Jim Swallow here, reminding you to listen to Newscan 10 every weekday evening at 5 p.m. over KBPI AM/FM, Cajun Country Radio, celebrating 40 years of service to the Cajun country.
Terrorized an entire city, but would his family turn him in? Gerald McRaney and Neil Patrick Harris star in Not Our Son, a world premiere movie. Next.
Mr. Shapiro, step out of the car, please.